He wasn't doing anything crazy or violent or harming anyone.
So that person you just saw talking is the lawyer for Rayshard Brooks. Rayshard Brooks is a black man who was killed in Atlanta, Georgia recently in a Wendy's parking lot. Well, he didn't die there, he was shot there. He died in the hospital. And he was being very violent at the time. So, I mean, can't really can't really have law and order if you got lawyers lying to the public about the events of a case. I mean, their job is to find and present the truth the best that they can to defend their client. So yeah, what happened with the Rayshard Brooks? If you haven't seen the video, I'm going to tell you what happened. He single-handedly fights off two police officers, in the process overcoming a taser and stealing a different taser from those police, running away from them and turning around to shoot the taser at one of them. All of this done while he's intoxicated. All I can say is, move over, Bruce Lee, because this guy, I mean, to be able to do all that with your bare hands and you're intoxicated, this guy is amazing, right? I don't know exactly what happened when he was shot with the taser. If he dodged the taser or if he was hit by it but it didn't take him out. It looks like he just kind of dodged it. It's hard to tell from the footage. Um, but still, I mean, he was being violent. And he was being violent when the shots were fired. He was aiming the taser at one of the police officers when the shots were fired at him. Does he deserve to die for this? No, he doesn't. And I wish that he would have survived so he could have taught the world how to fight. Because this guy, I mean, really, he had a future if he wanted to go that route. I mean, he could have easily taught self-defense courses, taught combat skills, hand-to-hand combat skills. Um, to do that, it was impressive. Now, why did this happen? It happened because he decided to get drunk or somehow inebriated and then drive his car to a Wendy's and then fall asleep in the car at a Wendy's parking lot. So the police were called to, investigate the situation. He was going to be charged with probably being drunk in public and DUI because he had operated the motor vehicle was turned on while he was drunk inside of it. So that's a problem, right? So he's going to get some minor charges, nothing major. He would have served his sentencing to the community. Might have lost his license for a little while. Had to go take some classes. Do I want to see that happen? Do I want anybody to be, charged of those things? No. I want people to not do those things so they don't have to be charged for those things. But if you're guilty, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. It's that simple. So to get out of these charges, he decided to assault the police, take one of their weapons. Dude, they already had you. They already had you at that point. Once they got you and your vehicle and they got your information off of your vehicle, you're done, son. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Hide? You're gonna spend the next 6 months in hiding, and then kind of pop up back in society, and hopefully you're not on their radar anymore. Uh, okay, do you really have time to do that with your life? I mean, I got responsibilities. I got bills to pay. I got a wife. I don't have time to go hiding from the police. He didn't deserve to die for this, but I wasn't there. I don't know the situation in the heat of the moment. He had a weapon, a police issued weapon. He could have killed somebody with that. And in case you didn't know, yes, tasers can be lethal. Here's some evidence. It's rare that they are, but it still can happen. You don't know what he's going to do with that weapon, who he's going to assault. He might go to a police officer, tase the police officer, to then take the gun. And we know that guns are lethal. There's no question there, right? You get shot with a gun, you better hope it's like on the end of one of your extremities. Because probably going to die if it's close to your body mass, your head. So, yeah, what's the response to this? Oh, I know. I got it. Let's burn down the Wendy's this happened at. What? BLM makes absolutely no sense in this regard. They think that just because, let's assume the business Wendy's called the police on this individual being in their parking lot asleep in his car. They're doing the responsible thing. The responsible thing is to have the authorities come by and check out what's going on. Maybe this guy is on the verge of death. They don't know, they don't have the authority to determine that, but the police do. So you call the police. Maybe this guy is armed, so you don't want to confront him. I mean, I know that happened to a childhood friend of mine. His dad was it was found in his car, so we called the police. He had a gun, and there was a standoff with the police and the guy in the car, and he ended up killing himself. In the end, he shot himself. So you don't know what's going on with this person. The best thing to do is to call the police and have them handle it. It's their job. I've called the police on my neighbors for less. My neighbors start fighting, yelling, screaming, banging stuff around. I call the police. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on. They could be trying to kill each other. I don't know, but I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of dealing with it. It's not my job to tell them to be responsible citizens. Call the police on them, let them deal with it. This is just par for the course. The 24-hour fitness by my place of employment. There was a shooting there about a year and a half ago, a year and 9 months ago. But a black man got killed at the gym. So Black Lives Matter, they work against the gym. They do things to hurt the gym. Not just the gym, really, but the members of the gym. The people who are members of the gym. How does that help anyone? That doesn't help anyone at all. It doesn't hurt the gym because what they're doing is they're falsely canceling memberships of members of the gym. So those payments still keep going to the gym, so you're not hurting the gym. All you're doing is you're hurting the people who go to that gym. And the people who go to that gym have a myriad of reasons for going there. There's only one other gym within walking distance, and it's is it an Equinox? I think it's an Equinox. $260 a month to go to the Equinox. Like, no, thank you. And their equipment isn't anything spectacular. They don't have a great variety. They have a very small weightlifting floor. Right? And then there's another there's a LA Fitness close by. I don't know exactly where, but it's not within walking distance. And I have a history with them, so I'm not going there. And then there's a Gold's Gym that's about a half a mile from where I work. Not a bad drive. But I checked that place out and it is packed. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's like 300 people there working out. I'm not joking. I'm like, I can't, no, I can't work out here. There's just no way. As I mentioned, where I live a long ways away. There's no Gold Gym in my area. There is now, but there wasn't until like 6 months ago, like beginning of this year. It opened in February, I think. So yeah, it was like not an option even then. But I checked it out since then. I'm like, I can't work out at this gym over here at my work. So yeah, they're not hurting anybody but the members of that 24-hour fitness. And you don't know why they're members. I mean, I don't like 24-hour fitness, but they were the best option for me in that area, and in my home area too. Do I blame them for calling the police on this guy who was causing a disruption in the gym? No. It's the police's fault. If you want to protest anybody, if you want to hurt anybody, go after the police. And now there's all this talk about defunding the police. That's a bad idea. If you want to get rid of the police, which is what they're talking about doing in Minneapolis, okay, fine, get rid of the police in Minneapolis. They're terrible anyway. I mean, they are terrible there. I was mistreated by them. And I'm like, you see me, I'm like clean cut, white boy. I'm small, not a threat to anybody. I mean, you can't tell by looking at me that I have a lot of hand-to-hand combat training. But still, I'm not going to go out and beat up 5 police by myself. Please. Defunding the police is going to lead to one of two things, probably a combination of these two things. So by defunding, what I'm talking about is reducing the amount of money you give to the police department, the amount of money your taxes give to the police department. Crime is going to increase, most likely, because you're going to have fewer police officers. So there's going to be more murder, for example. There's going to be more people just committing cold-blooded murder, and there's going to be more people murdering people in self-defense. Right? You come to aggress against me, even if you don't intend to murder me, I'm going to shoot you. It's that simple. You stay away from me, or else I will shoot you. You know, I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend my wife. Don't mess with us. The police can't solve the problem. Okay, fine. I'm going to take matters into my own hands. The other thing that's going to happen, and this is probably more likely to be a problem for people in general, the police are going to get that money somehow. How are they going to get that money? Ticketing will increase. You're going to get way more tickets. They're going to really crack down on giving out traffic tickets and other kinds of tickets that just add revenue to the police department. Any kind of ticket they can get, they'll just, there you go. I mean, you thought you could be on the sly, add a room onto the back of your house and not get a building permit? Well, guess what? The state's going to go after you because, hey, we need that revenue. You've defunded us. Because you need to have a building permit. That's a tax. That is a state tax. You need to have a building permit to put a room on the back of your house. Yeah, you thought you could get away with going 5 miles over the speed limit? Nope, not anymore. We're going to ticket you for that. Hey, you thought you could go away without getting your bumper fixed? No, hey, you got to drive a car with a bumper on it. That's a ticketable offense. Don't get into an accident. Don't have your bumper knocked off. It's that simple. Look, these things are going to happen. It's probably going to be a combination of the two. Crime's going to go up, and you're going to get more tickets because the police are going to fund themselves any way they can. They're an entity that's going to try to keep existing. So these libertarians are like, we got to privatize. We got to privatize the police department. So we get rid of the state-funded police anyway. That's not right. It's better privatized. No, it's not better privatized. It is not better privatized. There's going to be way more aggression on getting money out of the citizens if you privatize it. Because there's going to need to be way more police if you privatize the police. So we need to be way more. Because they're only going to respond to people who have an individual grievance. But there's a lot more individual grievances than there are people going, well, I could get the police involved in this, but that's a big hassle. It's people like me who recognize it's like I can't call the police on everything. But when you got an infantilized civilization such as ours, people are going to be calling the police over everything. Oh, here are my feelings, call the police. And those are going to become laws even. You're going to get this situation where, hey, we privatized the police so I can press charges against you for hurting my feelings. And not everybody's going to be able to afford the police if you privatize the police. So what does that mean? Guess what? If you're homeless, people can do whatever they want to do to you. And you can't call the police. You will not have human rights any longer. This is the problem with libertarianism. It ignores human rights. You can't just go, hey, look, you're free to do whatever you want to do. It's fine. You got security? Like, oh, you don't have security? So that means I can rob you? All right, great. Haha, here we go. And you might not even be able to trust your security without a legal system. Without a system in place that says, hey, we punish people who take my stuff. If somebody takes my stuff, I can punish them. If I hire security to watch my stuff while I'm gone, they could take my stuff, and there's nothing I could do about it. This is ridiculous notions. Rayshard Brooks should not have died. You're right. He shouldn't have. You should not have burned down a Wendy's. You should not be burning down anything. These riots are stupid. Stop it. Why are you attacking average citizens? Everybody agrees that George Floyd was wrongfully killed. That the police were too aggressive. Everybody agrees with that. I've not seen a single person say, oh yeah, he was rightfully killed. The police did a good job. Everybody says they did a terrible job. You won. But you're using this as an opportunity to attack the civilization that you live in, that you don't understand is supporting you, which I'm going to go into in a later video. Yeah. This is stupidity. You are going to cause a war. This is the beginning of the end for the United States. We are headed towards civil war, if we're not already there. We might be headed towards race war. And the white people in the race war are not going to do as well this time as we have in the past. Let me tell you why. There's a lot of white people who would stand against other white people now. And those white people who stand against the white people will be the first to be killed once the other races take over, whatever race that is that takes over. I don't want a race war. I don't want to see this turn into a race war. I can't. I can't have that. I'm married to a woman who isn't white. But you want to go this route. You want to say, hey, look, we need to have a race war. White people are evil. White people are bad. Man, we white people have opened up this country and said, hey, you get to have the same rights that we do. I don't care what you look like. Has it been perfect? No, there's still racism. But this is actually, most of the racism that is being pointed out to us is actually culturalism. It's a cultural difference. Why you have people acting like fools, breaking the law. It happens more often that black people break the law than white people do. It's probably not as much as what the arrest records show. There are probably a lot more white people breaking laws that need to be arrested than are, not because of racism, but just because the odds of you getting conviction on a black person are higher than the odds of getting conviction on a white person. That white person might be related to the judge, or to a judge, or to a lawyer, or to the district attorney. You're not going to get a conviction on that, right? So that's why black people are targeted more often. And that just has to do with numbers. You're dealing with a huge difference in population. There's more white people in the country than there are black people. So there's going to be more white attorneys, more white judges. That's how it works. It's not like if we had racism and there were only black judges and black attorneys, then that's what you could expect. Going the other way, you'd be like, oh, we can't arrest black people because they're just going to get off anyway. Doesn't matter. Okay? So, yeah, this is a messed up situation that we've put ourselves in. It needs to stop now. No more rioting. No more burning down buildings. And if you are rioting or burning down buildings, please, any police officers who are listening to this, start arresting people. Start punishing them. Don't let these people get away with this. This is illegal behavior. Why are they allowed to do this? So backwards. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you next time.